lot of teams now swinging a little further south. And Fnatic, they've
Who's going to get the kill for this bleed out? Is that TSM?
It's
Timmy! We need 3 more.
The single member left alive as he fires some parting shots at Moist, who actually try and fly into the zone. They don't want the walk up. Interesting decision as we go back down south to the gravity cannon.
So wait, is SSG going to get the reset then? I think they can get banners.
Moist currently at 47 points, by the way, after they were able to get those initial knocks into Space Station.
It's happening now, dude. Round 3 closing, all the fighting's happening.
It was inevitable, and TSM have now cleared that bunker cliffside building. They still are by the lip of the platform, but they will eventually have to move.
They could jump down. GG will be below them.
There's Waltzy.
Welcoming them into the next zone. SSG, Zainu trying to rat now near Dreamfire and Complexity. I'm expecting this zone to shift to the east away from the main Stormcatcher building. And yes, it goes directly on top of Dreamfire and Complexity.
Respawn timed out for the crypto. That's really good news.
Falcons
and Alliance are fighting?
Teams have funneled their way outside of Command Center.
Alliance is healthy as fuck, though.
On top of the very high ground of Command Center where the gravity cannon is, and they can actually third-party this fight if they time it properly.
I mean, let's say this game were to end now. Zainu staying alive a bit longer could mean that SSG maintain that second spot.
Okay, they're healthy too.
Behind them, Fnatic and Alliance trying desperately to both catch up and finish it here and now.
Let's not forget, second place walks away with $160,000. Still
Where's
having
Timmy?
to play for that money. As we see the circle.
There's Fnatic. Oh, Timmy's on the other side. In the drone. Falcons are out, dude. Alliance just shit on them. Dude, Falcon. What happened to Falcons? SSG's out.
Hackett,
come on, let's get Alliance out.
To get above SSG right now. Can he
Fuck.
do it? The EMP
Hackett
comes
is
out.
Wait a minute, Hockey's
popping off.
Hockey's trying to be the savior. He's got help from Tyler. He's able to reset his shield. Madness is out of there. You also saw in your feeds that Space Station get eliminated. Higher possibility here with Alliance now. Looking to see where that straggler is from Fury. They cannot find
So SSG's out. We need 5 more, right? I don't think I saw anyone else that's on match point. Yeah, they got their respawn for Alliance. Did you have the zone call, Mike? Dreamfire's out. We need some of these match point teams to get knocked out.
It's going to be a struggle to do anything more. Alliance actually getting the respawn in.
Fnatic, one down.
In the meantime, Fnatic have taken a hit.
Waiting out.
Waltzy got a knock.
5 more seconds, and he's still in the line of sight of a team on the low ground.
Waltzy got the finish.
With the Kraber, he is moving, breaking ankles, finds Madness.
Holy fuck! 15. Look at how small that zone is. There's 15 squads alive.
Alliance are waiting right on top of them.
Meanwhile, from the north, Guild
I didn't see it. Did Alliance just kill Fnatic?
Only 1 point from a placement point have they accrued this game, but I like their position. Somehow Alliance make it into this next ring, but
Alliance is out. That's 2 for sure.
Quickly as they exit.
GG's are up. Fnatic is still up.
Teams that are a match point are left in this lobby as Alliance get taken down.
Come on, TSM.
One of them now looking at Fnatic, TSM, and Gaming Gladiators safely inside of that only.
Dude, that Yuka crab shot was nuts.
It is going to be a bloodbath for the teams that have to rotate out of.
Yeah, they're at 49. They need 1 more kill or 1 more placement.
Someone who could have kept the series running.
Fury respawning is good. Knock on Fnatic. Fnatic, 1 player out.
It feels crazy that Fury are sitting.
Guild is another team though that we need to knock out.
After the tournament that they have had. Someone like BKG.
Oh, we have 10 seconds to move though. Moist is not in a good spot. They're not in a good spot. Nice shots.
To try and get across the line.
Look at Not Moist right now. They are sitting with 49 points. They need 1 more kill to also be at match point. Playing this methodically here on that south side of
We need to get this match point, dude, or it's fucked. Fnatic's getting both respawns.
Going for a crazy res.
Furia out.
In 12. Guild Esports playing off the low ground by the fence line, by the buildings.
Yeah, they just sneak into this next zone. Great spot for Guild. As long as they just need a little bit here to set up, and they're going to be in.
Dude, this zone is nuts.
Spot. Not Moist. Coming in now, Fnatic, Cloud9, so many teams stream towards the circle, but many of them won't make it.
Can't destroy the EMP in town. Right now, Moist.
Come on, Cloud9.
At 50 points, Moist at match point.
Moist at match point, okay.
Still alive here on the other side.
Fnatic out, that's 3 out.
To 50 points, but they would still need that one more win, Vicky. It's Timmy, though. I don't know if he's going to survive this.
Exo complexity, dude. There's so many match point teams that are still alive. There's 3 for sure.
Left alive with the match point eligibility.
We need we need TSM to win this. We just need them to win it.
Sitting at match point. TSM need only one more kill to meet them in the match point club.
Or Cloud9, like any of the non-match point teams.
But it's going to be difficult. You still have 3 teams that are match point alive in this end circle out of the 7.
Jaybird.
Well,
or sorry, Mike. Thanks for the gifted sub to Jaybird.
Side of this zone, it's actually very equally distributed. They're both going to have to get out of this as they come from the south and the north. Eventually,
Timmy's still alive.
And we'll see who will be left alive.
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like we just need.
Make it to match point.
Yeah, Timmy's out. Timmy's out.
Alive,
okay, we're on match point. We need Cloud9.
Now,
we need TSM.
To see the outcome of this lobby.
Or Bleed. Is Bleed still up?
Now, I like this. They want to clear out Cloud9 from this position. They know that their side of the fence will get taken out of the zone first, so they make a move. They're proactive.
Dude, we got to root for TSM right now. We got to root for TSM. They're the healthiest.
From down the hill are going to have a problem.
Calm before the storm. Look where Energy is positioned, taking shots from the cable cart. Bleed playing right underneath them.
Guild, GG, and NRG. That's who we need to lose.
Desperately be in the line of sight of both Guild and Bleed.
Bleed is fighting Cloud9. No, that's the wrong team.
Okay, Mozam's Eva come out now as Guild are getting into an
Guild is out.
Fight here and will get taken out. Unfortunately, the engagement with Cloud9 happens at the same time. TSM still trying to keep this series going, but NRG are well set up here.
The TSM chants are ringing through the crowd now. This is their moment. The double catwall that you saw. Gaming Gladiators hiding behind the new castle knockdown, but he does not.
Dude, Energy's in a great spot. Well, actually, they're going to have to leave from here, aren't they?
As quickly as they want. As now NRG are forced to collapse on Bleed.
Come on, Bleed.
Oh no, Bleed take a knock, and NRG looks so safe behind all of their walls. 5 teams. 4 teams now left alive. Reptar with even the overshield to help him through this last circle.
Bleed has had a Come on, TSM. Come on. GG's out, NRG's out! We got more! Let's go! Oh, baby! Holy fuck! Oh my god!
Relief, elation, confidence.
We go gain!
All of those flowing out of the different members of TSM.
Holy fuck! Okay, Moist has not won a single game all day. This could be it. This could be it. GG is choking, dude. They go 2 back-to-back wins to start 3rd place. And they just can't get it done. What a win for TSM, dude. I love it when you say Moist. Dude, literally, T-Dresh, they're like rally, I don't even know what to call it, but like, it's like hashtag let's get wet. Oh my god, I can't even handle this right now.
TSM, who even had Gaming Gladiators out there, Guild on top of it. How close that could have been. And just ending it right there. Now we welcome even more teams on match point.
2 more TSM with a big win, shoot all the way over the top into third place.
All right, so we have 8 teams on match point. If any of these 8, my camera's in the way. Hold on.
Is not Moist. They managed to get a
If any of these 8 teams win the next game, it's over. If any of these 12 teams win, we go again.
One of them, 49 points now.
Moist is on match point. If Moist gets the dub,
stepping over, but they don't just need to step over now. They need to step up
I'm gonna come.
and win a game to keep the series alive.
Oh, the chance.
dude, if Moist wins the next game, I'm gonna lose it.
Brother in the crowd, the pop up from the TSM fans.
They barely snuck into that match point. Holy fuck. They got 6 points, they needed 5.
Look at the 9th match results. TSM with 13 KP.
What a fucking finals, dude. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my pizza.
It's pretty huge. Coming into this game, they had 38 points. By no means were they guaranteed to move forward, but they do in stylish fashion as well. That was a hard end circle to play. So many ultimates coming in at the same time. Dark Veils, EMPs, and somehow they still come out on top.
By the way, this is match 8 results. Getting a little ahead of ourselves. Can you imagine? Maybe predicting the future. You guys can't leak the script yet. But Bleed also with 8 KP, 17 extra points. They're inching closer and closer, Genome, to meet the rest of these teams at match point.
Alliance went out early, but they did pick up 6 KP. And that's important because they are still now in 2nd spot. Ahead of 3 different teams on 63, by the way.
Making sure that that gap is just big enough. It is getting hot here in the arena while taking a look at the series results. Look at this, 8 teams right now at match point. I mean, these match point finals, Genome, just keep getting longer and longer, but I'm not complaining. This is what makes Apex Finals as good as it is.
I mean, we've tinkered with the format a little here and there, Vicky, and I think the fact that we've taken away those advanced starting points have made a difference here.
Absolutely has, and look how close VK Gaming is by a single point. Bleed again, like right behind them. Slight gap, but still very possible for Complexity to have that pop-off game as we make our way over to changing up the map into World's Edge. Also shifting things here for the teams that may find that success here, but it's getting so close. I keep elaborating on this like you saw here, Genome. It's been insane, and the crowd has been going wild. I want to hear more from Peeps, who is sitting with the fans.
Vicky, thank you so much. I am here with some TSM fans. I know we just interviewed the Verhulst brothers, but after that win, we got to talk. Listen, after that win, how you feeling?
Absolutely excited about TSM win. I'm really confident to you guys. You will get the champion today.
What a finals, dude.
Believe myself and your teams. Don't worry about it. I will cover them a bit.
All right, well, you heard it here, man. That is nothing but faith. So listen, talk to the people back home that are watching right now. What are they missing?
So for people who miss about TSM just win again, absolutely outstanding. They got a really good spot. And next round, they're gonna dominating this champion to Germany. You will be still about it.
All right, man. That is passion. That is nothing but faith. I mean, I think that's it. Des, back to you.
Thank you so much, Peeps. I love the energy. It is absolutely possible. Can you imagine the story that could happen here if TSM get to hoist another trophy? Or can it be another region here? I mean, it's the Global Series for a reason, and with more teams at match points, I'm getting excited, everyone. This is the passion of Apex that we share.
I mean, TSM have won back-to-back-to-back series, or games, should I say, to take it out before. Why not another back-to-back to win here?
Very possible with a nice flyby of our teams that are getting ready to go. Imagine with a circle pool like that, the amount of teams that were banking on a Stormcatcher.
Mr. Cliff, what are you talking about?
Honestly, most of the times that we see a zone like that, Gino, when we see that it is going through the Stormcatcher before it completely shifts either away or closer, it ends up usually pulling away, where the demise of a lot of these teams ends up being with the squads that have to...
We're going to World's Edge, right?
Because when you do drop down, you're still on that slight low ground. You have to climb...
Let's get a big climatizer end zone here.
Yeah, and it just doesn't finish in Stormcatcher, right? So you know that moment is coming at some point. It's just whether you were one of the teams with priority and you grab the buildings, or you're one of the teams who can somehow carve a space outside of that. And you saw very few teams do that. Cloud9, I mean, they tried to go down the bottom, but eventually ran into Guild. It was like, there was almost just no way for those teams to come out on top.
All right, everyone. The game has started here.
Oh my God, it started.
We aren't going to take any breaks here. It's just full throttle at this point. Not holding any momentum for our teams. Again,
Mr. Cliff, they have to win the game. So the threshold is, once the day starts, right? Game 1, everyone has 0 points. It's a race to get 50 points, and then once you get 50, the following game, if you win, it's all over.
Of course, they won 2 out of the... How many
if you get to 50 and win that game, it doesn't matter. You have to start the game with 50 points or more. And then, if you win that game, it's over. So that's what we mean by match points. So 8 teams have that 50-point threshold going into this game. So those 8 teams are capable of winning the whole thing if they win the game.
But not in the best position. Learning from their mistakes, we see the legend select.
The other 12,
And this could be the moment,
even if they get enough points to get to 50, it doesn't matter. They're not on match point.
I think if my math
We will go again if any of those 12 win.
15 points a game on World's Edge right now. That is a truly wild number.
Dude, yeah, Mike. He was mentioning that earlier. So many Watson.
And these guys have been dominating it on World's Edge. Can they?
All right, we're going in. Game 9.
Or will it be one of the other teams? So many that have joined them on match point since.
As the best in the world compete all together in this possible final game. The tension is high for the teams that haven't been able to perform. A team that everyone saw as the super team that are currently sitting in 19th place.
Yeah, dude, Watson, Crypto, and Newcastle are 3 very heavily used legends.
And the way that they play, but this opens up new avenues for the teams that are vying.
Moist win.
Your split 2 playoffs winners.
Come on.
No,
play your game, fellas. You got your points. Just win the game.
Back-to-backs. When Hal has joined Team Falcons for the super team, as you said, surely it's Falcons coming from behind.
If you had told me at the start of the day that on game 8 or 9, we're on 9. Game 9 with 8 teams on match point, that the Falcons aren't one of them, and that they're in 19th place, I would not have believed you. That's crazy that they're doing so poorly today.
New weapon compositions with a double Mozams.
We got a skyhook zone. Okay, so that's actually not terrible for Moist.
Positioning in end zone.
And when we get those massive changes that Apex does on the
they don't have to rotate as hard. Like, they're still going to have to go through Guild.
Changes, and that, of course, plays out in the top level here in competitive Apex esports. But usually we say, hey, it's the teams that have the support staff, right, that do very well. And, well, it hasn't worked out so far for Falcons.
I mean, with a northern zone like this, though, it could absolutely bode well for Guild, not Moist, even VKG that are just a point away from being at match point.
This pizza tastes kind of weird. It's not the typical Jack's pizza that I'm used to.
That are going to take all the loot by SkyWest and Trials, and they'll get information from their server beacon when they see everybody already rotating quickly into Skyhook, a zone that we know so many teams can coexist in.
NRG is getting in here too, like, aren't they about to land on? Oh no, they're going all the way in.
I mean, Guild are going to be ropeable. They didn't.
I was going to say, I thought they were about to land on Guild.
Vicky, so they've had to hedge their bet and play from the tunnel. If they had have, they could have made a much more educated guess, or perhaps rotated even faster for a better position. As is, they will be playing above teams in the Skyhook. Now,
that's what I thought. I thought they were about to land right on them, Mike. I thought they were gonna take them on, but they were going in.
In 11th pick, that was their first choice in the entire POI draft. And it hasn't netted them a ring console either, so they have to take further time going through Epicenter. A couple of these teams on match point not blessed with a ring console.
Yeah, it does work with Alliance.
I didn't even see on the map if Moist got a ring console or not.
Information now, and maybe even plan to engage onto not Moist.
Oh, is there a fight happening already?
That likes to rotate slowly, playing much more aggressively, even when they are at match point. Alliance looking ahead as we take a look at the action.
Is VKG didn't get match point, did they?
This, we've seen a few times where the circle ends up pulling towards that northeastern building. Sometimes that truck outside of the tower.
VKG is at 49. VKG doing well is totally cool.
As we go again into World's Edge.
I'm probably not a fan of the Gold R301. Just saw that get snubbed at the care package, but obviously, there we go. Thank you.
They don't give a fuck about that R301.
Either way, they keep going. Monument,
wait.
Fragment,
TSM already lost a guy?
Lost on reps, and it's Monsoon on the charge rifle. What a menace.
No, every time you see that charge rifle. Of course,
that's good news.
Monsoon.
Great spot for it too.
And there, yeah, exactly. Whenever you're on top of here, you know you're going to be blasting everybody with a sniper. And with Monsoon being the only person, the only breed of person to like the charge rifle, he makes it work best. Good spot for them to hold for now.
Zero's not IGLing anymore.
While TSM are going to be able to bring reps in. That's big news. For TSM,
I mean, hey, they needed to make a change. They needed to make a change.
They were trying to get information by Grandma's house.
Yeah, they're currently in it. C9 just a little bit further south. We have seen big pulls over here, by the way. I mean, I remember one specifically from APAC South where almost every team went into Skyhook. It pulled directly
TSM got
back to
their guy
Grandma's
back.
house. It was a different season, it means different zones, but you never know. Maybe Alliance get lucky on this one.
Reps having to reloot now too. Look at his ammo right now.
Yeah, the vibes are bad with Falcons. I cannot believe.
Why they find themselves early in this
I cannot believe how poorly they're doing.
On the teams that maybe neighboring them. Believe that could be Space Station here. As Zap is going to take some shots with the Havoc.
Oh, dude, I will absolutely rip double shots if Moist wins. I'm gonna get fucked up.
Also ready to go, but I'm not expecting these teams to overcommit unless they want to force their way into a building.
I mean, for two reasons, right? One, because it's a Skyhook zone and teams have a lot of buildings to get into and set up. We don't have to worry about those rotations and fights usually until about zone 4. But the second one, of course,
this is going to be a sweaty fucking game. I can already feel it. There's so many teams already in Skyhook.
In that enviable spot, they don't want to take more risks than they absolutely have to.
For all sweet.
The moment you poke a toe outside, though, C9 and TSM feel pressure from the teams to their north. C9 lose out on Chaotic. Nadi's going to be able to pop that shield bat. Again, it's like we mentioned, no one's going to fully collapse or give up this space. They're just going to be here and grief the other teams if they have the ammo to boost up those evos. Monsoon literally one shot away from
all 60 players still up.
This
is just so crazy to me. I'm so used to playing Apex and round 1 being closed and like half the lobby's already dead. Every single player is still alive. That's how fucking wild this is.
House there have a rough road ahead of them. So too do Falcons.
Grandma's got a lot of grandkids out here. The way that we rotate through Grandma's house.
The Alliance is right here. Where's Moist? Moist hasn't even... Makers has gone in over there too. Dude, Moist, what are we doing? You gotta get in and find your spot.
Now, the fact that it's gone northwest as far as
I think they're shooting at Makers right now.
May have actually worked into Guild's favor. We said before they had to hedge their bets, and it's kind of worked out for them. But Makers and Moist are on the back side.
I don't know if I like where Moist is at right now. Exo Clan's out.
They come up from the eastern side. Let's have a listen to see how Moist are going to make this rotation.
Yeah, we shoot. I can't see yet. I'm coming. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Silver gun. I think they're trying to rotate. Yeah, we need to get behind these guys. Yep, I'm going.
Yep, I'm gonna play the cart.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on top of the cart.
Dude, they don't know that Guild is like right in the tunnel up there.
There's a guy on the tracks on our left.
Okay, yeah, they see him.
Bang, bang.
I'm banging the team. Banks flush, banks flush.
I don't like this, man. This does not look good.
Yep.
What?
There's a team deep. There's a team deep all the way
on the
deep.
track.
Yeah,
I'm swinging the wall.
Yeah, I'm going back.
Yeah, there's Guild.
Come back. What's happening, Timmy?
There's a team all the way at the beginning of the tracks.
Yeah, I think it's team playing tunnel. Do you have EMP?
Yeah, I do. Come here. Come
Okay, then
here.
I think we need to fight these guys.
Yeah, we do. I'm just saying.
If they can wipe both Guild and Makers, that's massive.
I'm EMPing now. They have no Watson. Hit them all. Hit all of them.
Newcastle one. He's ulting. I can fuck them. I'm gonna nade the fuck out of them. Watch on me.
Waltzy, no.
Last one. Red.
Okay, they got Makers, but fucking Guild's coming in.
Run to me, run.
I might die.
Watch almost cracked.
I might die.
Run. Or you go. Trying. Run to me, run.
Yep.
Guild comes so far out of their spot in the tunnel. They were safe and sound, but they wanted to make sure that no one was on their doorstep.
Okay, the good news is Timmy is the last one up.
With Makers now are in struggle town.
This is so smart from Guild because they know that if any team is going to fight on the outside of zone.
Okay, so Guild's looting. Timmy should be able to drone and get the banners. The thing is, the zone's closing. Like, I don't know where he's gonna go.
To prevent Moist, who are sitting at max points from clutching it.
If Waltzy didn't get knocked, and they could have been healthy enough, they could have potentially taken this fight on Guild.
Rotate play for Guild, so getting access to what 5 death boxes there is incredibly important for their mid to end game.
It's not looking good though. Timmy needs to make a big play. I wonder if he found a mobile beacon.
Australian squad to play from.
Gaming Gladiators, you saw right there, just straight chilling.
And Falcons go down. What the fuck?
Get taken out in 18th by Dreamfire with some help from Monsoon. As you know, they were holding that middle.
Dude,
sniper
Falcon
tower.
choked so hard.
About momentum, there is a complete lack of inertia for the super team right here in our finals.
There you go. Timmy's picked up the banners. Huge change here that we've seen with the Cryptos. And also huge moves here for Not Moist because they're one of the teams that don't have a support legend. They can't risk letting those banners time out because you can't replicate it. And maybe even taking their time, depending on where Timmy wants to get the res, perhaps by survey with the drone here.
It's a tall ask, man. Like, Timmy, he got the respawn, but they are in like the worst position right now.
In the tunnels, it's gonna be such a great walk-in for
They need to find like the perfect 3rd/4th party to get so much loot and take over part of the new zone. But they're up. They're up. All right.
For so long to take that fight initially to Not Moist, it's also
North zone pull.
To continue on from the mouth of that track.
Timmy was on 1 fucking HP. Did you see that? He was on 1 HP as he ran out of there.
Guild the team, as we've just seen Guild or Gilderson's the player get respawned back in by Not Moist. So many people in the arena right now wearing the jerseys.
We need some big fights to happen in the middle to clear up some space. Look at Guild. Look at Guild. They see. They know that Moist is still out there.
Will help them because obviously they've lost so much of their loot, the attachments, everything else. But the bin reset after zone 2 could be of help to Moist.
Okay, Moist is going around the tracks, it looks like. That's probably the play because they can get in.
Interesting to note that they are all the way up the north.
Holy
seen
fuck,
a lot
dude.
of people play this spot, but I think it's usually because the zone often will cut off a little bit more southerly around.
Gaming Gladiators hiding over by that radio antenna.
But this is an awesome pick here from Light, the IGL of GG.
And they looted all of Sky West by trial, so they still have a gold knock to work with. This play
Alliance is still over there? I didn't know they were still over there.
In that next zone, although as slow
They're
as
about,
it is,
Moist is
they
about to
still
get
have
pinched.
full blue Evos. They could pepper into the teams that
I mean, they
push
see
their
it. They
heads
know that they're
by the
there.
train station side, but I'm
Oh
not
my god, they're gonna have to
expecting
fucking
them to
frag
commit
out.
anytime soon until that next zone
They're gonna fight
reveals
Alliance here.
itself.
They have to.
While
And
other
then fucking
teams
Noctum
like
Scan's gonna
Liquid,
come up in
Bleed,
3rd.
who are in that train station will have to coexist. Another fight here as Not Moist now have gotten ahead of Alliance. They're holding on the edge of the circle, trying to prevent them to rotate in.
Alliance were just desperately hoping that circle would pull south, and it doesn't. But they have at least a Kraber to their name, which is probably a lot more than Moist have in their hands. As Zip Rail
Oh,
comes
what a
out,
shot.
nice Kraber shot. No EMP.
What a shot. Welty goes down.
Beautiful. And then the follow-up here, too, from Tyler. Gets another Kraber Shahakis. 3 for 3. Sends out the nade here to clear up the space. Sending out
Yeah,
Unlucky
Moist is out.
to clear
Fuck,
up
dude.
Moist.
Oh,
This
man.
Lucky knocked him down,
They just
looking
got
to get him
fucked.
back, but Alliance cannot fully reset yet unless Hawkies can make a huge play with this Kraber.
And then here comes Noctum Scan. Like this, it was fucked for both these teams. Noctum Scan was in the perfect spot. Moist needed to get in so much quicker because they were just on the edge the whole time. Yeah, it was never gonna work for either of those teams. And then another one, dude. And then Noctum goes down because SSG's ready to finish.
And Noctum was so hurt and injured already from the Alliance fight that
So where are we at right now? Moist is out.
Helping them into third spot now is
Alliance is out.
points.
That is two
So there's
teams that
still
were at
6
match
teams
point.
up on
They
match
were
point,
eliminated from
I
the
think.
lobby, all in the same choke. While Space Station have cleared that south side, this circle's pulling all the way to the north.
I mean, they did what they had to do, but I guess like
Tracking here as he
I
shot
forgot that
the
Alliance
left.
was
This
still
cut
sitting in
right
that
now,
house.
That drop off, man, could hurt.
I mean, we got to root for complexity. We have to root for complexity amongst like all the other teams, but it can definitely happen. But like Dreamfire's still up, Liquid Alienware's still up, Furia's still up. There's a lot of we could definitely make it a game 10.
Liquid Alienware, Bleed Esports, Dreamfire.
We need TSM to go down
Who have now taken up position
and
inside
SSG.
the zone.
If those two teams could fight, that'd be huge.
Really, all of them versus Gaming Gladiators.
Because Gaming Gladiators are in the safest position. They don't have to worry about a team wrapping up behind them. There is no space for another team
We
to
just need like a
coexist
big
unless
zone
it's
pull where Moist can just set up and get their spot locked down.
Teams are fighting for
I feel like they haven't had a good zone all day. Or else like they haven't rotated fast enough.
Blasted through as Complexity Guild SSG move further into
TSM's almost gone.
GG are getting sent on.
Oh my god, Complexity's gonna go down.
The EMP, but Light is playing off of a beautiful head glitch off the corner. They completely take out Complexity, but here comes a nade. The Arc Star,
Come on.
but a huge wall coming in from Blast. The gold knock to allow GG to reset.
Dude, the
but
Dreamfire
nobody
Crypto's just
wants
hiding
to
right there.
commit,
Oh wait, no,
even
it's not.
with
Is that a
those nades
Crypto?
hurled in their direction.
They're just so good at turtling every time someone throws.
Okay, I need to piss.
aggression
I need to
their
piss.
way. GG weather the storm and then come out on top. Guild Esports. We talked about them. That fight they took earlier has at least got them some of the way to purple. But they're going to be going up against a lot of teams with better armors than them. Still quite a few teams who have been sitting within that train station playing a little more passively. Sure, they're still on the blues. And we do have to remember, any team that's got a Watson at this point or a Catalyst, if they stay within the zone, you get an extra 25 shields at the moment.
Half of this lobby, out of the 12 squads right now, are still alive and are at match point. We may see one less with Fnatic holding on to dear life. Leica still alive. E36 still with those full blue evils like you mentioned, Genome. Still so many teams still lacking that health diff. BKG now playing underneath the tracks. Guild having to be careful because Space Station are climbing up to jump right there on top of the tracks. Jumping right on top of the train station.
Where do they go? They want the roof. But there's already another team up here. Zainu has to work.
Who needs to win to keep it going? Bleed.
That was a miscommunication.
Fnatic's out, that's great. If SSG gets out, that's also really good. Looks like Cloud9 is still up. Energy's out, that's also good. Okay, Mr. Cliff, we need Furia to win, Liquid Alienware, Bleed,
Zainu drops. They get the res.
Cloud9.
C9 sharing that though.
We need SSG to lose.
Liquid, Bleed, C9 now, as they were able to get the reset. BK Gaming still fighting on the outside. They
We need
take out
Guild
one
to
from
lose.
Guild, and they finish off Legacy.
Most of these teams are fighting for just a tiny portion of the map to themselves. Meanwhile, Gaming Gladiators have got a mantra.
VKG can win.
Expansive grounds, everything that they could hope for.
The teams that could keep this going.
We need Gaming Gladiators to lose too.
TSM. E36 is out of here. Furia still alive, trying to hold down the high ground, but Space Station have made their way up on top. Coinball.
There goes Furia. That's not good.
Finds Furia. You hear the hemlock shot.
Come on, VKG. Perfect third party. Come on.
Taken up on height. They're also one of the
Yes! SSG's out.
Still quite a few teams in that position. We're seeing quite a few of them here. Fighting each other brings us closer to an end.
C9 meeting them.
Is Raps ratting right now? For TSM?
And the Watson. You saw the Nemesis shot from the other side. Bleed have now
This is the final round. There's still 7 squads. Okay, we need Cloud9 to win. We need Bleed to win. Look at Gil just sitting there. Gil's hiding in his drone.
Some have called him the best rat in the game, but it's just
We need Gaming Gladiators to lose.
Make the rotation with all 3.
And TSM get eliminated. Look at this chaos. Well, Gaming Gladiators are completely uncontested on the north side, outside of the track.
Good nade.
Well, they were, but then they lost access to
Good
the
nade.
tower, so they try and hide behind this tiny
Oh, they're fucked.
of rock.
One knocked.
All eyes on VK Gaming. The nades.
It's just their catalyst.
Gaming Gladiators down to 1. C9 engaging on a fight. It is Team Liquid who are still alive in here.
Only one left alive for Guild and for GG until now. It's a respawn.
The clutch is res from GG here. Trying to, at least on the other side, it was Guild that had gotten the clutch's res, bringing both members back. Bleed still.
Oh my god, Guild. We need Guild and GG to go down. Cloud9's out. That's bad. Gaming Gladiators out.
Esports on the sticks and Team Liquid get whiff of the res. They completely pull.
Come on.
They look alive and healthy. Gaming Gladiators eliminated from this lobby. Only Guild alive.
Guild out.
We're going more.
Match 10.
We got more, everyone. Bleed dropped down. Liquid, Bleed, and VK Gaming have seen us through. Our last 3 squads, VK Gaming do it. Liquid Alienware trying to put respect on their...
Holy fuck.
Boodle Beach and Liquid putting themselves on top. Getting the dub. That was so crucial.
What the fuck, dude?
15th overall before that. Waving the flag. Viva Mexico.
Oh my god.
It's a beautiful Nessie, but this is how it starts. Look how many teams just hit match point, Genome.
3 more. We've got VKG, who picked up 16 points. They move up into 5th spot, continuing their incredible run and take match point eligibility.
Leave it to the
They are
Mexicans
joined by
to
Bleed,
save the
up to 50
day.
points now. And Team
Oh my
Liquid
god.
with
Just
that
give us a moist
7-0
zone
win.
pull. Come on.
That gets them to 50.
G-Note predicted moist in 10.
Surely, how can I expect it to end there, Genome? When I'm on the mic, that can't happen. You can expect it
Moist
to always
in
go
10,
to another
Carl.
2 games.
Moist
when
in
we're
10.
up here. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way when it comes to seeing more teams.
Hey Carl, come here. I gotta
pop off,
lick you.
skyrocketing themselves.
Dozer is yelling,
in the
beaners!
standings, sitting at match point. I cannot believe we're about to go to a game 10.
Thank you, Mr. Cliff, for allowing beaners. I didn't realize it was a blocked term.
Hard to drag his team with him there. He's been
Oh,
ripping
man.
amazing
Carl, come here. I gotta
capitals
lick you,
left
buddy.
and right. Just like he's been ripping apart other teams. He added 5 kills to his total there.
Yeah, buddy.
It wasn't enough for Gaming
Match 10.
Gladiators. They had such a killer spot for the first 4 zones, but unfortunately,
Holy shit.
they just couldn't get over the line.
I feel like now, as we close
It's
the
definitely
book
a
on
blocked
game
term.
9, that this has to be the most games
Oh,
we've seen
man.
in a playoffs finals. This is just absolutely insane. The tensions get even higher. And you can also just imagine
11 teams,
with
dude.
teams like GG,
It's like it's now or never. It's like
at match
moist
point
now.
so early on within this
Or it's like a
series.
greater than 50% chance, like this is the last game.
Type of way. There's so much to break down. I want to hear from you guys on the desk.
Thank you, Vicky. Love you, my friend. And thank you for that great cast as well. Who would have thought it would have continued to go on? I did, because
Dude, we were
that's
on match
basically what
point
happens when we're here
on
at
game
Apex
4.
Legends Match Point Finals. 9 games gone by and 10 coming.
And now we're on
right
game
down the
10.
desk. Glitter Explosion, Jamerson, and Snipe down. Guys,
GG's playing way too scared.
it's hard to say reactions.
I'm sure,
because
like, I'm sure they
everyone's
were at
your
first,
own
because they
bodies
were
are
the
reacting to this. We
only
can't
ones
leave
on
it,
match
Lauren,
point. Like,
but
they play
we go
conservative.
in again. This is quintessential Apex.
They literally
You've been
threw
sprinting out
on
to
that
the
one
since match
that one
3.
final zone by Mirage à
Waiting
Trois.
for somebody to close this out, and instead the exact
Like, that was their
opposite
opportunity
happens every single time you think
when they
it's about
finished
to
third.
end. One of the 2 remaining teams that isn't on match point manages to clutch it up and keep us going.
It's like that slippery slope, Jamerson, you know, and then somebody goes and throws more soap on it and wets it up, and it's just like we keep falling into chaos. Will this ever end, is what I'm wondering.
What's insane is that every single match after, after GG ended up securing match point first, we're adding more and more and more teams. In game number 8, we added another 4. We add more here. It's absolute insanity at this point.
And Snipe.
Yeah, I mean, this is why match point format is
It's
the best
still possible,
format
dude.
in
All
any
Moist
game
needs to
that's
do
out there.
is
I
win
don't
this
think there's
game.
another game that has the anticipation and hype that this does. I've always said I get more nervous
So
as a
wait, this is
player
match 10, so
watching
it's
than I
still
do
World's
on the
Edge,
field,
right?
you're so
That's what we're
focused, and
on?
like you said, we've just been
I
sprinting
kind of
out
blacked
here.
out. What was the last
Thinking
map?
the game's gonna
World's
be over.
Edge.
I thought it's
This
been
is
over
World's
about
Edge.
5 games in a row, so.
I'll tell you what, this would be a good day to wear my Apple Watch. Unfortunately, I have a different watch on, you know, one my parents gave me, but I'm getting my steps in. I can already tell you. Let's head over to
Let's
our
see
match
a
results
big
after
fucking
9.
climatizer
It's
pull,
crazy to
dude.
say of what
Big
happened in that one.
climatizer
Team
pull.
Liquid Alien
Or,
versus
you know what? Even if
Viva
it's somewhere
Mexico.
else.
That was
Moist.
one of
Get
the
into
most
position.
amazing finishes,
Loot fast.
especially
Get
seeing
where
the
you need to
match
be.
point teams one
That's what
after one.
fucked you.
Guild Esports, Gaming Gladiators fighting each
So
other.
many teams are
as
playing
Rollers
passive.
last, the last one
You can't
alive.
rely on there
But it
being
was
open
VK
space. You have to
who
get
really
there.
put them in that position. Liquid Alienware might have ended up winning, but the battle for height, Lauren, was what made that so impactful. VK
You know what I
coming
mean?
in after SSG, after Cloud9.
There's
and
not
then
gonna be
cleaning
any
that up.
space. You
That
gotta
was
take
essentially
it
what
early.
Put Gaming Gladiators into the dust.
Absolutely, and the clutch nades out of VK also completely melted them. I mean, we watched them try to recover, but Liquid Alienware had been in that station for quite some time, holding that
You literally
position,
can't play Edge.
seeing what they could
Everybody's
do with
playing
it.
scared.
When
Everybody knows
all
that
of
the
other
season's
teams started landing
almost
on the
like
roof,
it's
I was
that
worried
close
they
to being
might end
done.
up
You
getting
can't
collapsed
play.
on, considering how many people were around them, but they did
People
a
are not
really
playing
solid job
aggressive.
of just kind of defending their position.
And there's 2 polls really in that area, Jamerson.
It really comes
We've gone
honestly
to.
like we
They
might know who the
look
winner is
exactly
based on the
towards
first
GG.
zone,
There's
like
gotta
the
be
first
something about
zone
it where you feel
information.
They're getting the right
It might
zones,
be
they're
that
making
simple.
the right calls. But it's frustrating how it's just these little things end up going. How many times can that keep happening before you start to say, should we change anything up?
I mean, I don't think they should change anything up at all. I don't think so at all, because they are making the right calls on the zones. They are playing aggressive when they need to. We've been
Falcons are
seeing them since
20th.
they hit match point really not change up too much in their playstyle, and they're consistently
That's
getting
actually
themselves
fucking
up
wild,
into the top 3,
how
top
poorly
4.
they're playing.
That's why there's so much drama when it comes to this entire series, because they are always there. But now that we have so many
That's
more teams
crazy.
there at match point, it has to end soon, right? More than half the teams are on match point now.
You would think, but we've been wrong like 3 times now at least for this. Snipe, as we see Gaming Gladiators take the lead.
They suck.
90 points over SSG.
I can't believe how
SSG
bad they're
may be
playing.
The most interesting story here, 68, now in 2nd place. The narrative of continuing to go and go. But Alliance, TSM, a big name with a fan base. They got to win. VK Gaming coming out of nowhere. Fnatic as well staying in the pack. NRG.
No wins today yet for Moist.
NRG's
Now's
come
the
into
perfect
finals
time.
A couple times they were back-to-back second places. They had a chance.
I think the highest they finished was 3rd.
And you're looking at this, the difference between 2nd place and 8th place is 4 points. So the way this leaderboard is right now, we're definitely going to see it switch up a bit. Obviously, there's 11 teams on match point, but if you look at the rest of the leaderboard, a lot of these North American teams are stuck on the bottom half, and to see Falcons in 20th is quite concerning.
Yeah, I think a lot of this would be concerning as we take a look at the final circles while we give our players a little break, a well-deserved break as well. If you're in the crowd at Mannheim, it's okay to take a break right now. Grab a beverage, grab something to eat, come back into your seat. Matches will resume in just a few minutes, but let's start going through the circles. Again, each one of these games, we have match point eligible teams. We've had Alliance, we've had Gaming Gladiators. Now it starts to look like
Like,
SSG
surely
are in the
Moist
mix.
has
This
to
is
know
the
that,
one
right?
do
They
actually
have to
make
know how
match point
passive
on
everyone's playing,
Jamerson,
and they
it
need
puts
to
them
get
a
in
great
position.
to continue the momentum, which has now led them into second.
Yeah, we
It needs to be loot as fast as you possibly can and then get your spot.
Going a little bit towards that devastated coast, but SSG just had full control here. NRG, I believe.
Because nobody's taking the early fights. Nobody is. They want to make sure that they're still alive.
SSG just had a nice angle. Plenty of headies to utilize off of here. You can see Zyno feeling extremely free, here on the right side. Phony's going to go ahead and back him up. As that push gets made by NRG to try and clear out Fnatic, SSG, no.
When am I going to be playing in this?
They instantly pounce on them, and then they ride that momentum.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to be playing the Challenger Series October 5th.
Lauren, these fights, they give you so much confidence because
entry's open.
But you know that you just do the right things and you execute, you win. When we head over to match 8, the aspect of being
Speaking of which, while we have a quick second,
separates winning a match point or not.
Absolutely, and that aspect is exactly what kept us going into a match 9 after this finish.
Regarding the Challenger Series, I made an announcement in my Discord, the barbershop. The link should be in the chat somewhere, or exclamation point Discord. I made an announcement. We have decided the date for the Challenger Series. It's excuse me. It's going to be October 5th. We have not yet decided on a start time because that will make a difference. Not everybody's going to be able to start at certain times. I can do it any time of the day, but we want to make sure we pick a time that works best for everybody. So, in my Discord, in the announcements tab, I have put out this announcement. I tagged at everybody. We are trying to decide on a start time. So I put forward like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are PM times central time zone. If you are planning on playing in the Challenger Series, react to any of these start times that will work for you, leaving any that don't work unreacted to. Because then whatever one like gets the most reaction, like that's what we'll decide for a start time. So far, it looks like 6 and 7 p.m. Central are the favorites, because we want to make sure this can fit as many people as possible. So make sure, if you haven't done that yet, please go ahead and do that. We have a lot of time to work with, but fuck it, we might as well start figuring this shit out now so that people have time to plan. All right, that was my PSA. You might not be able to play, Mike. Do something with NCAA, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Because you kind of changed my mind. I thought GG, it's going for a while, but they're in that final fight almost every single of those matches. I mean, that's as good as you can hope for, and then you got to just execute it.
Yeah, for the most part, they're playing aggressive where they need to play aggressive. But when you get the zone coming to you extremely close, you have to take that priority position. They haven't, played it that often where they have to play for prio. They do succeed extremely well on edge, but you basically
gotta pick up your depth in the airport. Okay,
that's what they've been doing extremely well.
Well, regardless, if there's like I said, if there is a time that day that works better, or multiple times, make sure you go react in that post.
No, strong words.
Uber.
He's right, though. I mean, you have a lot of great awareness of what it means, I think, to do the right thing. But also sometimes you're out of gas, you're out of fumes. Can they summon something from deep inside that might just make the difference and change their legacy in Apex Legends forever? GG, still with a chance to make history. However, a few fans that want to live in the present right now are standing by with Tiff. I think we got some good representation on either side of you, Tiff. What's going on?
Oh, we have so much representation down here in the crowd. Right now, I've got a Moist fan over here on my right and Liquid Alienware on my left. So, guys, I need you to introduce yourself, tell me your name, where you're from. I'll start with you.
My name is Quainbass. I'm from Minnesota.
I'm on PC. You might know me from Ranked on Apex. And I'm 22 years old and I'm from Germany.
From Germany, a homeland. Let's go. How about you?
I'm Niels. I'm from Germany as well. Just a few meters out, actually. So I couldn't resist when they asked us.
It's Timmy!
Go to Mannheim.
Match 15 scripted?
Oh, fucking shit.
Hey, it's all good.
When I figured out it was in Germany, I was so excited that I couldn't resist going.
I couldn't resist going either, especially to cheer on Team Liquid Alienware.
I'd love to grieve Dozer and leave you in jail alone to play.
Match number 10. I need predictions. How far are we going, and do you think Not Moist can close it out?
100%.
Yes!
Especially if my boy It's Timmy gets this.
You better believe we can!
Kill everyone and win the match for sure.
All right, kill them all. Let's go. You also had
We need a big fucking zone pull, or Moist needs to like get their head out of their ass and be like, hey, we need to go. We need to go.
What's your max bench?
Max bench Waltzy.
I don't know, man, but it's gotta be
Dude,
a
Waltzy's
lot.
a fucking
And
tank.
for you, Team Liquid Alienware, they had that massive clutch to get even into the finals on Sunday. What do you want to say to them to get them to bring it home?
I think they say vamos in their language, so I would love to see that. 51
Let's
points,
go!
match point as well. I want to see them win. Let's fucking get it.
Let's get it. All right, on set, Gaskin, take it away.
Well, who's ready for match?
Look at all these EXO fans, dude. For those that haven't been watching, the EXO fan base has been electric on site. They have been doing the chants. They have been making the most noise. EXO's not doing well today, but they made it to the finals, and their fans have been super loud.
Threshold, but the lack of advantage points really has shaken things up here in Mannheim, and it's just been so difficult for any of these teams to get across the line because there are so many teams here who have been able to put victories on the board across this tournament. It's not like previous tournaments where sometimes teams just limp through without victories. No, everyone has been able to like slam their way.
Look at
into this grand
Onset.
final.
I mean, it's crazy, right? All the talk of the town at the start of this year, the start
Fucking
of this
bald
season of the
beauty.
AOGS was
Got
Team
the
Falcons.
sleeve
If you need
tats.
an example of how good this lobby is, Falcons down in dead 20th at the moment and only managed to put 20 points on the board. And I'm sure there's some issues there that they're going to have to try and sort out, but it just shows the level of competition, right? We have GG, SSG, Alliance, TSM, VK, Fnatic, NRG.
All right, Waltzy, Guild, Timmy.
Team Liquid.
Come on,
all
fellas.
on match point. To kind of summarize how many teams that is, it's 11. It would have been easier for me to say who wasn't.
It is 11.
Do we think this is the last game?
Indeed. Can someone
What's the prize pool? $1 million distributed throughout the first however many places. I think first place gets 300K.
Tournament. There are a few teams that have still yet to find a World's Edge victory, though. Will we be able to someone change that script? Liquid Alienware.
Dan, or sorry, Bateas, you're a Cloud9 fan, right? They're in the finals here. They're not on match point, but or maybe they are.
And they put themselves on match point by doing so.
They're not on match point.
We're now getting to the point
But
of this
they're
tournament
still
where
alive.
You look at your teammates, you look at the coach, you look out at the
He ain't got
fans who are
shit on the
supporting you in
Sexers
crowd,
ball
and
man
you
on
just think to
Twitch.
yourselves, let's go and get
I
this
gotta
done.
get fucking
Let's reach
yoked,
out.
dude. I gotta stop eating pizza.
Performance that people will remember as the one that gave us the chance to walk up to that trophy and lift it above their heads. To everyone on that main stage right now, that's what's going to be going through your head. Make some noise in the building here as we hit.
Dude, if I was Timmy and we just like we won the game over, I would fucking mantle that the setup there and run over and just immediately grab the trophy. Pizza kind of tastes good. Pizza's life. Pizza's goated. I know, but like I eat too much of it. All right, match 10. This is the perfect time to take a piss. I'm gonna go do that.
Into double digits. Match number 10 is where we find ourselves, and we are back onto World's Edge. NRG, one of those many teams now who are on match point. 64 points they have in total. They were involved in a couple of scuffles towards the end of that previous game as well. And I will say we saw Nocturnal walk past us just as he went for the break. And he said to me, no better time to get it done.
I mean, the only difficulty really here for NRG is we've yet to see a team win from Monument this entire tournament. So they would have to break records if they were going to win it. Let's jump into a listening, though, with NRG a little bit later because we have a pause. Would have been a bad time. I saved us. Well, we'll get everything sorted for all of the players on the main stage. And I'm not going to talk about the zone.
You're not going to talk about zone?
No. I've learned my lesson.
Nor am I. That means we have to talk about other stuff. That's not Apex, really. I mean, you know.
Well, as I
throwing me off
mentioned,
now.
right?
Not really.
Monument. We've yet to see a team
Wait, what
win
happened?
from Monument this tournament.
They paused?
You can say the same
Fuck.
about staging. You can say the same about tree.
You eat pizza like 4 times a week?
There are
Chapered,
4 or
same.
5 POIs here, occupied
Same.
by some big teams, where we've yet to see anyone find a win. And I know that can definitely change with how these zones have been going.
All right, well,
When we
I'm gonna get a
look
beer.
back to the previous zone, the previous chance. I mean, the likes of Gaming Gladiators really did have an opportunity there.
Well, good news is we're not going to have to hang around too long here by the sounds of things. Production are feeding back in my ear that we'll be getting back underway in just a few moments' time. So only a brief pause, hopefully, as we see the timer in front of us. Countdown with me, everybody, from 3 as we head into match 10. 3, 2, 1. Game back on. Let's get into this.
The EXO clan fans
We're back?
are still as loud as ever. Maybe it could
GB,
be
thanks for the lurk.
EXO to take
You're
us
watching
to match
Nightswig?
11, because it is becoming increasingly
GB, who are you
more
rooting
likely
for?
now that someone will get the job. Over 50% of the
So I know Mike was rooting for Falcons. Is anyone else got a team that they're rooting for?
actually locking in and securing it here. Now the zone, we are going to be heading north, back up.
I'm rooting for Not Moist.
Yet again here. Fantastic.
There's
news for
so
Gaming
many teams on
Gladiators.
match.
I will also say fantastic news for the teams who are desperate to chase down match point. Yes, obviously our attention will be on those teams.
Zone is
who
north?
close this
It
series
looks
out
like a
now.
Skyhook zone
But
again.
if you're going towards Skyhook and you know there is at least playable area, there is multiple floors of multiple buildings for you to be involved in an endgame, like we saw in the previous game, it means someone like Team Liquid Alienware can come out of nowhere and potentially send us to a game 11. A lot to talk about with this zone, and when we look at priority, we also have to mention that this is a great zone again for Gaming Gladiators.
Gaming Gladiators for Guild. We even see Enter Force 36 from Countdown move incredibly quickly, by the way, up into Skyhook, as Guild also will arrive and find themselves a building to call
Yeah,
home,
it's gonna be
maybe
another Skyhook
for quite
zone,
a while
dude.
here. They're going to opt to go for the northern
Moist,
tip
you gotta
and hope
find
that
your
it does
spot.
continue to pull north like it did previously. It is a somewhat different circle. It's not going to be
That's a
identical.
Galaxy
like
brain
it's
strap, by the
to
way.
what
Did
we
you
saw
see what
in
he
the
just
previous.
did? He dropped his armor on the ground and threw out his
That little
drone.
bit
So if he got
further east, then
EMP'd,
that could
he could just pick up his
definitely benefit
armor.
Teams that are arriving a little bit later, like Not Moist, like NRG, who are now approaching the zone.
Yeah, I really like the spot that NRG have taken, actually. You can see some of the teams who have taken the pro positions, Bleed Esports being one of them. You've
Oh,
got
Chibi, I was just
Before.
asking who you're rooting
But
for.
NRG's position, they were walking through the train tunnel, and now they can play this stack building, which is always an interesting one, because you feel like you've got height, but the height of this building is kind of dwarfed by a lot of the buildings around it. So if you do go up onto that height, it's kind of a little bit exposed, and you can find yourself taking some pretty
GG's
comfortable
got the
damage
train
from a lot of other
station.
teams. GG, though. A massive chance, an opportunity as they find themselves in train station. They've accumulated 90 points, 40 more since they hit match point. But it doesn't really matter because they are yet to
Bleed
go.
Alliance,
Well, one thing that
Furia.
Gaming
Okay.
Gladiators are securing
Well, you
is
got Alliance
minimum
on match
second
point.
place by keeping consistently putting points on the board, and of course a lot of prize money to go alongside that, and that won't really be
There's
their
like-
main consideration, but will always be in the back of
Yeah,
your
like
head. You don't wanna
complexity's coming in.
just
I don't
match
see
point
Moist
and then
yet.
drop
I
down that
think they're gonna
leaderboard,
fuck
not hit it,
themselves.
and then only
I need
walk
to see the
away
big map,
with
see
a
where they're
top
at.
8, for example. But this is EXO Clan. This is the team I was talking about approaching from the south through the vault tunnel. They want to get into one of these buildings.
Okay, there they are.
Managed to as well. Now, NRG
Moist
have
is in.
a few
Thank
moments to go,
fucking
but
Christ.
Are they still? It looks like they might have scarpered off, which means that Not Moist can now take
Thank
control of
God.
this building in Skyhook. Now, Not Moist. I would say they had a really good kind of, it felt like mid-games of this series where they started to rack up those points, but since then been pretty quiet. You remember they got across the line with just 1 point I think they needed from a game, and they got that 1 point. But since then have only been able to kind of put a few more on the board. But this is a good zone for them. This is an opportunity for them. So maybe, just put a bit of pressure on those teams who are maybe in slightly better positions already. And with the way they've been fighting, any good position at the moment, if you've found
Maker's
yourself
trying to
not
fly
lost
over
on
the
other
rock.
side of the fight, becomes a lot less comfortable than it was a few moments ago.
Well, speaking of things that are uncomfortable, Team Falcons in 20th position.
Zero's playing
All the
crypto?
build-up this season about this super team and what they can achieve. At the moment, they have not been able to reach the dizzy heights that maybe were expected of them.
Doesn't Jen usually play crypto?
And that's the scary thing. Being in 20th position, they could still find a victory and could still keep things going, but it must be so hard mentally, knowing you are that far behind, to try and keep going, to try and stay focused here. And they really have to face both themselves
Dude,
and
Falcons
the game
literally
if
just
they're
have to
gonna find anything
fucking
else.
win like 3 in a
Let's
row,
not forget the
probably.
TSM.
That's their play. And the lobbies are so much sweatier now than they were at the start of the
Come
day.
out of nowhere to become a champion.
It's not impossible.
So it's certainly not impossible. With the
Liquid
talent that is
Alienware's on
that
match
team.
point now,
However,
too, after that
is
big
a
win.
tall ask for anyone. As we look at Enter Force 36 now, 22 points on the board for them. On the top of the cake,
And I like this position. They move very fast from Countdown after they got the ring console, and actually it might be a position that some teams try and take off of Enter Force 36 if they're arriving later on.
Well, Naughty's got to be careful here. He's getting
Cloud9 losing is not good.
Also trying to give him a little bit of cover, and we'll be able to do so. Nicely done. As Naughty,
There's
he
one
tries
down.
to launch back to his teammates, and instead
Okay, they got
he's
the
gonna
banner.
turn into a death box. Sorcerer will grab that banner and
If their
try and
crypto
escape
goes
back
down,
to
they're
his teammates,
fucked.
but he'll go down
They're
as well.
fucked.
Makers, Chaotic, he's going to have 3 players flying at him pretty soon.
Yeah, Makers are full sending this. Dexter's taking a lot of damage. Chaotic's done at least well to keep them held back.
Makers can win though
But I
too,
think
right?
The Makers should be able to finish off this
Yeah,
fight.
Makers
I
can
imagine
win.
We're going to see Cloud9 falling very shortly indeed.
There goes
Try as you might
C9.
to escape, but Makers were on the charge, and it's 2 teams who were not on match point going toe-to-toe there.
So back, look over at where we believe this endgame is going to be taking place. And you can see everybody starting to stack up. Let's talk about what's outside of the
Thank
zone.
God Moist got in there, man. If they were on the edge, like Falcons is going to be struggling. Well, actually, maybe not. Like everyone's in the middle of the city. If Falcons win this fight against Alliance,
Not really that important, Zone 3.
they could creep in and be fine. Well, like what the fuck is Fnatic doing at Harvester?
Which everyone really knew.
Naughty fucked up, yeah.
More information would be ideal, but if you want to achieve that, you're going to have to play for Countdown and then get late ring console information, which is certainly doable, and maybe that can be a consideration for some of these teams.
I love that Moist made the early rotate. Just get a building, get in, and figure it out from there. Don't get caught on the edge and just get fucked.
Drones are going to go out. You can see pop shots coming to try and take the electronics out of it. As Alliance now make their way downtown.
So Alliance is heading in. So Falcons should have a free rotate into the edge.
Now, it is definitely a consideration for a lot of these teams to position yourself in a spot that has loot bins as well. When that Ring 2 does close and the loot bins turn into legendary bins and you get all of the gold attachments, you are definitely going to miss those if you have played into
They're
an
going to
early
go and
area
fly
and you don't
in.
have access to them.
I didn't even know there was a
However,
balloon
when
there.
you go into Skyhook, there's going to be a lot of buildings that won't have said access, so would you rather play in the train station on the east, where you would get all of those
Imagine if they
attachments
land
and
on the
have a
train
far
station
more
and fight
high success
GG?
rate when you get into those fights later?
No, they know that
Alliance
someone's
using
there.
the balloon
Where are they
in
going to
the
go,
tunnel to
though?
try
I
and
feel
find
like
a
most
place
of this
to play.
area's
So
got to
they're
be
scouting out the middle
taken,
building. You
right?
can certainly see there's some beautifully arranged fences up there, which are going to make it very difficult for them to play, but they are in Skyhook. Now, I'm interested to see where this zone actually pulls, because we talked about Zone 3 info, right?
Look at all the crypto drones on the map. You see that?
It's essentially saying the entirety of Skyhook is still winning.
There's like 10, 11 cryptos doing recon.
From different positions that end up on different sides of it. If it shifts towards the west, which would be, I would say, from what we see on our screen, a
Come
little
on,
bit of
give us a
violent
moist pull.
Yeah, not something we haven't
Pull to
seen
their
before,
building
certainly
on the east
today,
side.
We've seen it a few times. Then it means the position that Alliance have taken becomes a much more valuable one. The same can be said about the position of Team Liquid Alienware, but
It's crazy how passive. I mean, it's understandable, but it's wild how passive everybody's playing and how many teams are still alive in these tiny ass rings.
Usually, it pulls north up towards the cake. Sometimes can pull a little bit further south.
There's Fnatic finally trying to rotate in.
VK Gaming find themselves as well, but Fnatic, they can go for
Dude.
the situation here where they actually just play Countdown. They get that info late, and then they can decide on how they want to move. Maybe Team Falcons on the east side can also do something similar. They were looking to maybe get some loot bins as this second ring is about to close. But this
Crypto,
is
Newcastle,
a situation
Bang,
where we
Watson,
have
Meta,
19
Double Mo's,
squads
Meta,
still
Hemlock,
alive.
yeah.
No one really shooting at each other right now in Skyhook.
For
but
sure.
all you need is one squad like Fnatic or Falcons who have not entered yet. And it can
I would have
just
loved to
be
see
everything
a
up
Vantage
because everyone
or
starts to get a
Ballistic
little
get
bit
some
alerted
love,
to their
but
arrival.
isn't that the building that Moist is in, where Noctum is?
And this next zone info essentially.
I'm pretty sure
is
that's where
gonna be
Moist
pretty
was.
Crazy to watch, because everybody is kind of. The majority of teams think it's going to the east, but there's a lot of teams that have also positioned themselves on the west.
There's only one team in that building.
Now that would suggest that there's a little bit of
Where did
maybe
Moist go?
confusion about where they believe the zone is going to be going, or maybe it's just a case of so many teams stacked up already. But this is going to be like a real big moment in this game. Which way does that zone go?
Yeah, some teams definitely had no choice and just had to accept whatever building was available. There's some stick drift for you. Also, Gaming Gladiators are sitting far
Imagine getting
north right
stick
now.
drift in this tournament.
But this is what I was talking about in Countdown. You can get Zone 4 information, which could arguably be...
So funny when
the
me and
most
we play and we're
important
fighting a
information
team
in
with
the game
advantage,
so
we're
far.
always like, he...
If this shift
Goddamn,
anywhere
Quinn!
west, that would be a big surprise.
Oh!
My!
Okay.
So TSM's in a great spot.
Okay.
Moist has got to move.
10 teams that committed a little
Fuck.
bit further east there. But amazing news still for those who committed to the cake building.
So Enter Force and Complexity, one on the roof, one in the middle on the bottom.
TSM also in the northwest. They have one of the strongest buildings to hold.
Okay,
right
Moist
now.
has a building all of
They can
themselves.
continue to
There's an
pull that
empty
northwest side as well
Kraber?
after this.
Okay, there, he's grabbing it.
Well, Fnatic give us ring information. They get ring information. And for the benefit of everybody who's watching right now, regardless of where you are,
They fuck up their
Yuka
evac
has
tower.
found a Kraber. This man hit some of the nastiest shots earlier on Storm Point. It was
Wait, 19 squads. Who died already?
work, and now he's going to have the chance with the Turbo Havoc.
Did we see? Who died already?
Oh
Oh, no, I remember. It was Cloud9. It was Cloud9.
Fnatic and Falcons that are not in zone at the moment. Both of them are looting themselves up to the gillies.
Part of me
right
wants to
now.
try to play crypto
They
now.
are going to be more than prepared. for
It's,
any
I
fight
mean,
that may
that's the
occur.
thing. Like, you have to figure it out. There's a reason why nobody ever did it, is because it's so hard
Mythic Bin, thank you very much.
to play well.
And they also have a Kraber to work.
And you also need, like, your teammates also need to be,
Big moment here for Fnatic. Remember, they are on match point.
I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Like, your teammates need to know how to start a fight when you have a crypto on your team. Because they were talking about that earlier, where Waltzy knew exactly when the stun was going off from the crypto EMP, and then he'd just go fuck people up.
But they're going to be able to reset for now.
It's not necessarily the composition you want to be holding this area either. I mean, a Newcastle would be perfect here.
But yeah, if you can pull it off, like, right now, crypto is the meta.
But they're just rotating around this cake until they can find somewhere to call home. EXO have just pushed out because Falcons have started to arrive, and Zero's just
Falcons
gone
going down already.
Falcons down to 2. Exo Clan
Zero's out.
will claim a KP to themselves. Swinny now inside of his drone, trying to get some more information onto whether this is a good idea to push.
Dude, we do not need Falcons to fucking blow it again. Or EXO. Like, we need both those teams to stay alive.
Shot from all sorts of angles as Howe and Jumburton try and cut him down.
Sadly for Falcons, it was the crypto.
Oh,
that went down
crypto
on
was...
Zero, but maybe they'll be
Zero
able to
was
grab
their
his back.
crypto, too. That's really
So they
bad.
have the mobile res here.
Okay,
So
they got the
not
beacon. They got the
done and
beacon.
dusted just yet for Falcons, and they answer back onto Fuda.
Okay, we gotta start watching the kill feed. There's gonna be a lot of fighting soon, I'm pretty sure. They got the res.
So Zero will be back in the game, but as you can see from the zone pool, it's going to keep going to the north. Now we see a fight taking place.
Furia, Noctum, Scan. Is Noctum on... I don't think
Knockdown shields
Noctum's
being a
on
problem,
match
and now
point,
shots
right?
from a distance being a problem as well. That will be Noctum Scan eliminated from the lobby as our second team to fall.
Noctum Scan would have been a good one to stay alive.
Towards that cake building, by the way. Enter Force
Furia's out. That's
moves
not
right
good,
at the
man.
start
This is
of
looking like it's gonna be the last
The
game.
top tier of it are in arguably prime position.
This is looking
As
like it's going to be the last
eliminated
game.
In 18th position. As another squad not on match point being taken out of the game, as Alliance are going to have to fight their way here from the southwest up towards that cake building we keep talking about.
Well, Fun's just gone down and been finished for NRG, so they've got some decisions to make themselves. You can see there's a care package down, which I don't think anyone is going to be brave enough at this point to even consider going for. But speaking of
Dude,
brave,
Moist.
It's a brave move now from not
Moist made an aggressive play to get a better position.
on top of the building that is currently occupied. Excuse me, no, they flew past the building that was occupied by Alliance. And even though this won't be safe, at least they will be able to avoid
Dude,
all
I'm
of those teams
sweating,
rotating
dude.
later from the side that was so stacked on the east.
I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for it. There's 17 squads alive, and the 4th zone's closing. You need to get a good spot.
Do you get down and dirty?
Dude, TSM is set right now. They have such a good-ass spot.
Hope to find a gap.
Or actually, wait, I didn't see where the next zone's gonna pull. Is it away from them?
Well, you won't really find a place to call home.
It's a really interesting situation developing here because you see the GG have made their way into zone.
Yeah, Falcons.
Jem Burton.
It's just not your year, man.
Falcons' bad day continues. They will be out the lobby as well as we see Jaguares reintroduce himself to it.
I think this is it, man. This is gonna be the last game. It's this game or die.
Match 3 as VK Gaming. They get eliminated. That's one of our match point squads. Out.
Okay, VK is out. I guess that's good.
GG got to watch their backs here. Make sure they don't get wrapped. This
Look at how
pit is
small this zone is.
somewhat safe.
Waltzy
They are
died.
Going to be challenged. And the castle wall
Waltzy's
already
dead.
pretty much broken. It's Fnatic who are pushing them.
Moist
Not
is
Moist
out,
in the meantime. Another
dude.
match point team is out of here. Blast is left on his own.
It's over.
Blast is praying, but no prayers will be answered as GG will fall and Fnatic
They were
will
making
stay
good. I agreed with the plays, but
They're moving in from the north.
Yeah, Fnatic are
unlucky. Fnatic's out at
They are
least.
down as well. as TSM can now control this side of the map.
All right, so if we wanted to keep this alive, what needs to happen? We need TSM to lose. We need Guild to lose. I don't even know which non-match point teams are still alive.
Gathered from your drone right now, as you need a plan of attack. How do you enter this zone, and where do you go? And this is why I was talking about enter Force 36 at the top of that building.
Exo, like Swinny, we're rooting for Exo. Dreamfire, Alienware going out's good. Dreamfire just went out though, that's not good.
They will keep their game alive as we head into the top 10.
They'll tell us the moment that it's for sure over, once there's only match point teams up. Bleed, we need Bleed, we need Complexity. Exo Clan just got out. We need Bleed and Complexity.
Only 3 teams now who are not on match point. 6 squads can still win it here, TSM being one of them. And they found themselves into the zone, but here come Alliance.
Wait, Bleed's on match point. We can't have Bleed. We need Complexity.
The outside of the second level of the building, but there are teams still in and around.
I'm pretty sure Complexity is the only non-match point.
Just to pop that battery to make sure that they are pushed.
We need Complexity. That's it. Everyone else, I think, is on match.
On their own. To the west side of TSM. TSM have this staircase to use as a head glitch, and they've got the bang ult just to stall it out, but now the flank is coming in. Reps has taken a huge amount of damage. They have some armor swaps available, but it's Guild. This was
Oh wait, Makers is up.
The Guild would wrap them.
Everyone's
Oh, did they say 3? Sorry,
If you make one mistake, if you step your foot in one wrong position, there could be someone just to wipe you off the face of World's Edge.
Makers and Complexity.
Makers are sending it. TSM, Verhol still get 2.
Makers is out.
Able to reset it. It's a clean wipe from TSM for Guild Esports. Now looking to take advantage, but the hold is good enough. The fight is over quick enough that TSM can recover.
Only Complexity and enter Force 36. Verhol!
Complexity and Ender Force. That's what we need. Those 2.
Verhulst wants to win this. The Sky Nades. They take out one member of Guild. They take out one member of NRG. That's the 2 teams who potentially were pinching them. As now we look at Alliance.
Alliance have taken a lot of damage, but TSM...
Energy's out. Good.
NRG now go down.
Complexity's out. We need Ender Force.
6 squads remain.
It's not looking good, man.
Unless Enter Force 36 win this game from the top of that cake building that they took right at the start, we will find our winner right here, right now.
How many times, by the way, a Guild just going to be allowed to respawn a player in the late game? Not for the first time we've seen it. Phony's going to get a knock here for SSG, who are trying to progress forward. Not sure if they managed to finish it off, but here comes Guild to get a little bit of a helping hand. Shuby's going to try and escape to that second level and will manage to do so. Hackis has been finished though. Phony from SSG reduces them to 2.
I didn't even know that Ender Force was still up.
For every single team, for every single member of this audience, for you and I, for everyone watching at home, TSM have the Northwest, but they have to approach now as E36 still sits on this high ground, may I add.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great spot. They've got the roof.
The only team who is not on top or inside of one of the levels of the building in front of TSM is TSM. Everybody will have to leave. Everybody will have to fight. And
yeah, we need E36, Mr. Cliff. They're on the roof.
Time. They can bide their time, but also Enter Force 36 are on the high ground. Now Alliance as a 2, trying to deal the damage, trying to pin back the team here. To survive, to give themselves a chance as a duo.
It's a 2v2. Dropped and Shuby. They're going to find Mr. Mozambique and co. Tyler will go in. Can't quite finish, but the zone surely does the damage. Bleed Esports will die. They will fall out of this lobby and Alliance will live.
Are they jumping down? They're jumping down!
Sending it on to TSM! TSM have to hold! Reps will go down! Verhul's down! Snap, it's all up to you! Can you clutch for TSM as a solo?
No way.
5 squads now remain. Koifel.
TSM.
SSG go forward.
Guild!
Guild has been eliminated. Alliance still as a duo, by the way.
It's over. It's over.
Might be dropping here. Unlucky on his own.
SSG.
Will become your champions here in Germany. And Zainu becomes the 2-time.
Oh, man. Oh, I don't even know what else Moist could have done differently. They were making the aggressive rotates, but it's just, it was so crowded.
So SSG out of nowhere.
They don't even seem that excited.
And it's not one, but two for Zainu. But a first for his teammates. Alliance, a valiant effort as a duo. But we finally conclude our match point finals here in Mannheim, Germany. And it is Space Station Gaming. At one point,
They're not even like jumping up and down. They could have played the crate on top. Yeah, they had like that like little, what is that, like the plank? Like walk the plank, like they had a plank off the top of the building they could have sat on for a while. They did not have to send it.
So the title goes back to North America. Emiya stood up.
Dude, I thought Moist just, they did not have a good day. They had a great tournament. They did not have a good day.
Put it together to call themselves champions. Space Station Gaming. It's a final zone they will remember for the rest of their lives, and it's a moment certainly that they will remember for the rest of their lives as well.
And I really need to see replays ASAP of what happened to Enter Force 36 because they
SSG was in last place.
Blown off it or what happened, but certainly they then full sent it down onto TSM, almost deleting their chances of winning it. But let's look back at that winning moment and see just exactly what did happen, because we were kind of in different POVs as it was going on. Was Alliance going to have the opportunity to do it as a duo? But then SSG were kind of waiting for them to arrive on the low ground.
Yeah, it certainly were. It felt like they just had the cover from the teams above. They won the team fight down on the low ground, which allowed them just to watch the final members of Alliance dropping. You have to wonder, if Alliance are a 3, are we calling this an Alliance win? But it wasn't. Ifs and buts don't count for
Perfect
much.
timing with the Watson.
As it's SSG on
Like
this
knowing
low
the
ground,
EMP is coming.
was certainly helped out by the leap from Ender Voice.
Then they just completely reset.
Onto TSM.
But you saw there, up in the sky, they pinged where Enter Force 36 were. And you would imagine that E36 wanted to delay this as much as possible. But was it that EMP? Something caused them to suddenly just full send it onto TSM. And then with that, SSG had the right cover to be able to manipulate the map to
This is
stay
a
alive
crazy final
bide their
zone.
time.
5 squads alive
And all you need at this point is
with this circle.
and a little bit of Zainu.
So it comes down to Koifel and Phony. It was a 2v2 right at the end, but just knowing that Alliance had to drop, they can get that first damage. They were already weak, and SSG have a simple job of closing out those finals.
Damn, dude, I wanted Moist to win it so bad.
Previous events, SSG disappoint. They just get over the line in certain groups. They just get over the line to get to the finals. But when we get here, when it matters the most, is when you need to perform. And SSG, I mean, their reputation is going to be talked about for quite some time now. They are champions.
And I cannot wait to see the faces, especially of Phony and Koifel, when they lift that trophy, because we know it is like nothing else.
Dude, so many of those non-match point teams got knocked out.
Get to lift that trophy for a second time as well. We're going to send it down to the floor. SSG, it's time for you to pick up that trophy.
Crowd, let's welcome out our Split 2 playoff champions, SSG!
There.
Phony, I gotta ask. I can see the emotion in your faces, all right? What does this mean to you? I mean,
Hey.
this was an insane
Robin, what's
journey.
up?
Not a lot of people expected it, but here you are.
I don't think nobody expected it. I'm gonna be real. This is actually so surreal, bro. I love these boys